Hey everyone, this is weird. Again, another sort of off-channel video. I'm in this screen. I don't know why I'm in this screen, but we're in this screen now. Let's switch over to this for a second. Jason Schreier just posted that Microsoft is planning to buy ZeniMax and Bethesda, an industry-shaking acquisition that will give Xbox ownership of Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, Doom, Wolfenstein, Dishonored, and more. Dude, this was like posted 29 minutes ago, and my head has just exploded. Like, what? This is crazy. He says here Microsoft is paying $7.5 billion for ZeniMax and Bethesda, or ZeniMax/Bethesda, like they're the same sort of company. Like, for example, you've got Bethesda Game Studios, who develops under ZeniMax, who is also Bethesda. It's hard to explain. I'd have to go into the finer details of it, but let's just, like, knock this out of the way really quickly. So this is 3 times what Microsoft paid for Mojang, for Minecraft. Bethesda and Obsidian are now sister studios. So Fallout New Vegas 2 is now actually a possibility. That's interesting. So that means, like, you know, there's always been a thing with Bethesda, and Microsoft is now releasing 2 timed PS5 exclusives. That's something. Alright, let's have a look at the actual article, because for those of you who don't know, Jason Schreier is now working for Bloomberg. Microsoft to buy Bethesda Studios for $7.5 billion to boost Xbox. This is interesting because I had sort of written it into my own head, and I'm sure a lot of other people have too, with the way that Microsoft and Xbox has been going moving forward, that Microsoft wasn't going to push so much for console exclusivity or for, like, particular benefits to Xbox. Almost like, it feels like, in my own opinion, just from what I have seen, it almost feels like Microsoft has been pushing Xbox as this affordable gaming alternative to gaming PCs, because you can buy Game Pass on PC and get access to virtually the entire Xbox catalog. So it seems to me that Microsoft just wanted to have Xbox be like this home gaming, living room affordable option for people who can't otherwise get a gaming PC, right? I mean, I'm not an expert on any of this shit, that's just my speculation, so let's put that out there right now. Microsoft said Monday, that's today by the way, that it plans to acquire ZeniMax Media Incorporated, owner of the storied video game publisher Bethesda Softworks, for $7.5 billion, its biggest video game purchase ever. Bethesda is the publisher of games like The Elder Scrolls, Doom, and Fallout, but also has 2 games slated for debut next year. ZeniMax, based in Rockville, Maryland, also owns several other studios across the globe, giving Microsoft's Xbox business a much-needed infusion of titles and game developers. So it's going to be interesting because, as far as I know, what did he say? Releasing 2 timed PS5 exclusives. I want to know what those are. Because what's Bethesda releasing that's timed exclusive? Like Starfield? What's Bethesda doing? Is it in here? Microsoft is launching a new generation of Xbox consoles in November at the same time as Sony Corp's PlayStation 5. The games lined up for the new Xbox have so far disappointed some players, especially after Microsoft delayed its biggest title, Halo Infinite, until next year. It's Halo. Do you really care that much? The software maker has been adding new game creators and content, including acquiring 6 studios in 2018 and 1 last year. It spent $2.5 billion to purchase the maker of Minecraft in 2014. I didn't realize they'd owned Minecraft for that long. Holy shit. Doesn't necessarily mean any of those titles moving forward are going to be Xbox exclusives though, because you can still get Minecraft on PlayStation and Nintendo and all of that. Switch. On Nintendo. I sound like a boomer, Jesus Christ. Here's what I was talking about. Microsoft is leaning on its subscription game service Game Pass, draw in users and boost revenue, and it needs compelling content to attract customers to that product. I mean, I'm still very much a proponent of the idea that them just having a subscription model and an affordable console model, like, for those of you who are not aware, before we go on, we'll come back to the Xbox thing. Bethesda had previously agreed to debut 2 of its upcoming games. Here's the games that I was talking about: Deathloop, and Ghostwire Tokyo on Sony's new PlayStation rather than Xbox. Both games were announced as timed console exclusives, meaning that they would be restricted to PS5 for a fixed period of time before coming to Xbox. It remains to be seen how this acquisition will affect that deal. Okay, now here's an interesting thing. Xbox payment plans. This is what I was just looking at here a little while ago. This is all in US dollars, which is probably most of you anyway. So Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X launch November 10, starting at $24.99 a month with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and EA Play. So what this is what's interesting, and this is what's, to me, like, the most appealing thing about the next gen of Xbox, is the fact that they are going with a payment plan rather than just a direct cost. You can still buy the game console direct, you can buy it outright, but what they're doing here is they're selling a bundle where you pay a certain amount per month and you get access to not just the console, but also a huge library of games bundled in with that. So you've got the Xbox Series X, which is going to be the most powerful console they've ever made, which I believe starts at $35, and then you've got the Xbox Series S, which starts at $25, and they both come with 24 months months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So yeah, whatever's on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and EA Play as well. I'm not sure what EA Play is. If that's another one of these kinds of models, fantastic. If it's something else, I don't know what the details are about EA Play. Over 100 high quality games to play on console, including next gen optimized games, and it also includes the games to play on PC. So this is what I was talking about. Like, it feels like to me, Xbox moving forward has this thing in mind. You have the option to buy the cheap hardware, i.e. the console, or if you already have a gaming PC, you can get Game Pass for a PC and have access to the same catalog of games. So really, the point of the console is more the affordability aspect of it, which I really like. I really like that the consoles in the next generation are going to be so different from each other. You've got the PlayStation 5, which is going to be focusing seemingly a lot more on very high production value exclusive titles, and then you've got the Xbox, which is trying to bring affordability and accessibility to gaming with all of these different options here. Like, you're going to have, to me, if you don't have a gaming PC into the next generation, as much as I love PlayStation, I'm a PlayStation fangirl through and through, but if you were going to pick up one of the new consoles, I feel like I would recommend the Xbox simply because of this business model they're going with. You know, $24.99 for 24 months, $34.99 for 24 months. It does seem very much like they're going for the mobile phone plan model, where you sign up to a subscription. And I'm going to speculate here, this is entirely off the top of my head, but moving forward, seems very likely that a couple of years down the track, they're going to announce an even better Xbox, and you can upgrade your plan to get the next Xbox. It might just be another Xbox Series whatever, or it might actually be the next generation of the system. So we'll see what that means. It could just be, a higher hard drive capacity, maybe slightly better CPU and graphics capacity, or it might be an entirely new system. We don't know yet. I'm, again, entirely speculative. But this is interesting that, Microsoft is buying Bethesda. Microsoft is buying the company behind the Elder Scrolls, behind Fallout, behind Dishonored, one of my personal favorite games. Can you tell? Yeah, I had to make a video on this. As soon as I saw the news, I was just like, I just got off stream like an hour and a half ago. If I had known that this was breaking, I might have stayed on a bit longer and actually talked about it. That's fucking crazy. I don't know how to feel about this. It's weird. It's wild. This is exciting. It's the first time I've ever seen this sort of breaking news so soon, on release, that I can make a video about it. So there you go. Microsoft is going to buy Bethesda. Microsoft's going to own the Elder Scrolls. It's going to be interesting to see what that means for Bethesda Game Studios' upcoming Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. And I think they have another game in development. I think Bethesda Game Studios have another game in development. I don't know what that is. But this kind of thing could rock the games industry, because Bethesda is not a small company. But anyway, that's it for me. I gotta get off.